Hey there, ever thought property investment was just for the wealthy? Or maybe I've heard people say it's too much for me, or I don't have enough to get started. But let me tell you, you're not alone. These are the most common thoughts from people just starting out, and I get it. But here's the thing, these fears are often based on misconceptions. And I'm here to show you how to break the process down into manageable steps. Most of the reasons why people hesitate to jump in are not based on facts. They are based on misconceptions, self-doubt, or even fears that are unfounded. And most importantly, these excuses are the very things holding you back from building real wealth. Wealth that could secure your future and create financial freedom for you and your family. Now, let me ask you, what if you could start building your property portfolio in less than a year? Think about it. What if you didn't need millions in the bank to get started? What if the process wasn't as complicated as you think? I've seen regular people just like you start with little to no capital and over time build an impressive property portfolio. Yes, it's possible, and that's what I'm going to help you achieve. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what's been holding you back and how you can take actionable steps to start your property investment journey today. And hey, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and let me know what your biggest roadblock is. What's holding you back from getting started? I'll personally reply to every comment and share my advice. We're building a community of action takers, and I want to hear your story. Now, let me introduce myself. I'm Rasti Vaibhav, the founder of Get Rare Properties and the author of The Property Wealth Blueprint. We have helped hundreds of clients create wealth and achieve financial freedom, and now I want to help you too. If you're finding this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video with anyone you think could benefit. It really helps us keep making content to guide you on your property journey. Plus, if you have any questions or comments, drop them below. I'd love to help you out. I know that taking the first step can be overwhelming, but congratulations. By simply watching this video, you have already made an incredible first move towards securing your financial future. You're on the right path, and you should feel good about that. Excuse one, I don't have enough money to invest. Okay, let's tackle the first major misconception. I don't have enough money to invest. Now, I know this is a huge concern for many of you. It's easy to think you need a massive lump sum of cash to get started, but that couldn't be further from the truth. You don't need millions in the bank, and you certainly don't need to have everything in savings. One of the most powerful tools you already have at your disposal is equity. Let me break this down for you. Equity is simply the difference between the value of your property and what you owe on it. If you own a home and it's gone up in value, you have likely built up equity. For instance, if your home is worth $700,000 and you owe $400,000, you have now $300,000 in equity. Now, you can use this equity as a deposit to buy another property. Let's say you use $120,000 of that equity as a deposit. You could potentially purchase a property worth $500,000 or more, depending on the location and market conditions. Let me tell you about Raphael and Kate, just regular folks, just like you, thinking they didn't have enough to get started. But they used $150,000 in equity and a small amount of cash to secure 3 investment properties in just under 8 months. They didn't need to touch much of their savings. This is exactly how people create wealth without starting with millions. And it's possible for you too. Here's how it works. Negative gearing allows you to deduct the costs of your investment property, like interest and maintenance, from your taxable income. This means you're not just building equity, you're also reducing your tax burden each year. We have had clients who started with a small amount of equity and built entire portfolio in just a few years, using the initial properties to buy more. Excuse number 2, the market is too risky. The next excuse I hear is the market is too risky. It's totally understandable. Property prices fluctuate, and sometimes the market can seem volatile. But let me tell you, property investment is a long-term play. Yes, prices go up and down in the short term, but in the long run, property typically appreciates. Yes, the market can be unpredictable, but it's the exact reason why so many miss out on long-term growth. You can't control the market, but you can control your strategy and actions. Imagine building wealth without having to ride the ups and downs every single time. Now, take a look at this graph of Australian property prices over the last 30 years. Even through recessions, economic crashes, and market corrections, the trend is undeniable: growth. In fact, properties have consistently grown by 7 to 9% annually, even through tough times. That's the power of property. Even in the worst market conditions, it still outperforms most other investments. I personally invested in property during some volatile times. I know how it feels to worry about the market depths. But through careful research, buying in the right locations, and having a long-term strategy, I weathered the storm and came out on top. Take Linda as an example. She invested in the right areas with strong rental demand and growth potential. While the market had its ups and downs, her portfolio grew significantly. The key is buying properties in growth corridors, areas that are expected to perform well even during market fluctuations. Excuse number 3, I don't have time. I hear this one all the time. I don't have time to invest in property. And you know what? I totally get it. Life is busy, right? Between work, family, social commitments, and everything else, it can feel like there's just no time to sit around looking at properties, doing research, or handling all the nitty-gritty details that come with property investment. I've worked with so many people who are full-time professionals or had hectic family schedules, and they had the same concern. They thought property investment would take up too much time. But here's the reality. You don't have to do it all yourself. In fact, property investment doesn't have to take up your entire day. With the right strategy and the right team, you can make property work for you without burning out. You don't need to spend endless hours scrolling through listings or dealing with paperwork. And even better, you don't have to choose between your property goals and your loved ones. A buyer's agent like us does all the legwork, letting you stay focused on what really matters. We handle the heavy lifting, everything from property research and negotiations to due diligence and even sourcing exclusive off-market properties. Here's the thing, off-market properties are not available to the public, meaning less competition and sometimes better deals. As your buyer's agent, we have access to these exclusive opportunities through our network and industry connections. So you are not competing with the masses. Imagine finding the perfect property without having to fight for it in a bidding war. Sounds amazing, right? By working with us, you're not just outsourcing the mundane tasks. You're also getting access to hidden gems that most people don't even know about. And that's where the real value comes in. We will help you narrow down locations and properties that fit your budget and your goals. And from there, we will leverage our network to ensure you get first access to off-market properties that are not publicly listed. Take Shailesh and Shweta, for example. Both were full-time professionals with young kids, and they were concerned about their time. But even with their hectic schedules, we helped them secure 3 properties across Australia, and we even sourced off-market deals for them. They didn't have to deal with competition or stress over public listings, and they built their portfolio without sacrificing family time. So, if you think you don't have time for property investing, remember this: you don't have to do it all by yourself. You can delegate the work to professionals who know how to source great opportunities and make the process smooth and efficient, including access to exclusive off-market deals that can save you time and money. Let's talk about the next big excuse. I don't know enough about property investment. I hear this all the time, especially from people who are new to the game. The property market can feel like a foreign language. Negative gearing, capital growth, and leads. There's a lot of jargon, and it's easy to feel out of your depth. But let me reassure you, you don't need to be an expert to start investing in property. Here's the thing, what you do need is the right support. And that's exactly what we provide at Get Rare Properties. an independent buyer's agency. We help you build a strategy step by step, guiding you through the process so you are never in the dark. You don't need to know everything right now. You just need to take one step at a time, and we'll be with you every step on the way. Take Jim, for example. When he first came to us, he had no prior experience in property investing. But after we walked him through a clear, easy to follow strategy, he now has a growing portfolio of investment properties and is earning passive income. Jim didn't need to know all the technical details upfront. He just needed to take that first step. We have mapped out a 7-step process that helps you go from zero knowledge to financial freedom. Step 1 is understanding your goals. And from there, we show you how to build your portfolio with confidence. The great thing about property is that you don't have to be an expert to start seeing results. What you need is clarity. And with the right guidance, it's easier than you think. Don't let the jargon overwhelm you. Focus on your goals and let us help you make smart, informed decisions. We have got another video where we break down the 7 steps you need to take to create a solid foundation for your property journey. Check it out if you're ready to start with a clear, actionable plan. And then we have the classic excuse, I'll wait for the perfect opportunity. I get it, you wait for the market to be just right or for the perfect property to come along. But here's the reality. Waiting can actually cost you more in the long run. Property investment isn't about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about seizing opportunities as they come. If you wait for the market to be perfect, you'll be waiting forever. Some investors make calculated moves. Take action today and benefit from compounding growth over time. By waiting, you're missing out on future wealth that could be growing for you right now. The truth is, the sooner you start, the more you can benefit from compounding growth over time. You don't need to wait for everything to be perfect. You just need to get started. Take Shipra and Avi, for example. They could have waited forever, but instead, they took action. They bought their first property and started building their portfolio. Now they are on their way to financial independence. The key decision to stop waiting for the perfect moment and just take the first step. Here's the truth. There's no such thing as a perfect moment. If you keep waiting for the perfect opportunity, you'll keep putting off your wealth building journey. The perfect time is when you start. Here's the deal. The biggest obstacle to property investing isn't the market, the money, or the knowledge. It's your mindset. Once you move past those excuses, the world of property investment opens up and you'll see just how accessible it really is. But just a quick reminder, this video is general in nature. It's meant to give you ideas, but not to be taken as specific investment or financial advice. Before you make any moves in property investment, make sure you talk to a qualified financial advisor, accountant, or property strategist who can help guide your decisions based on your personal situation. You don't need to be an expert. You just need a solid strategy and the right team to guide you. With the right guidance, property investment is much easier than you think. Ready to stop making excuses and start building your wealth today? Book a strategy call with me. Head over to getrare.com.au/ready to book your spot directly in my calendar. But don't wait, spaces are limited. And you want to start your property journey as soon as possible to lock in financial year 2026 as your year for financial freedom. Act fast. Let's make this happen. If you are ready to take your first step towards building your property portfolio, be sure to check out our 7 steps to financial freedom video next. In this video, we'll dive deep into how to structure your property investments for maximum growth. It's a game changer. Check it out and take that next step.